This is our journey. Possibly our first episode, although we didn't know it at the time. Had a concussion and they thought a viral illness due to the ongoing vomiting. Took him back in a couple of days later because he was still vomiting and not eating much. Stayed overnight. He's happy with himself the next day. Here he had pneumonia. He had 13 rounds of croup this year. He had been quite unwell with respiratory infections. The minute he had the antibiotics, he was a different child. He woke up, he was happy, he would eat, he would drink. Something should have clicked then, but it didn't. This is the first time I found him cold, pale, and unresponsive. We rushed him into the emergency department. He was considered a viral illness. Blood sugar wasn't done until he had already been eating and drinking. He did have large ketones in his urine. 2 days later, he still wasn't well. I knew it wasn't just a viral illness, but I didn't know what it was. This is the day after my 40th birthday party. He went home with Mum, found the next morning pale, cold, wet, couldn't open his eyes. He had some milk. She took him to the emergency department. This was the first time that the paediatric team assumed he had ketotic hypoglycemia. On this day, he'd been up all night vomiting. It was probably gastro, but we took him in to try and get some help. However, we were given a hydrolyte isopol and his sugars were fine and we were encouraged to go home. 2 days later, first thing in the morning, I had to call an ambulance as I couldn't rouse Denver. His blood sugar was 2.6. They recovered him with 15 grams of glucose and they took us to ED. Once again, found Denver cold, pale, sweaty, and with an altered conscious state. Blood sugar was 2.6 and ketones were 1.6. I rushed him to emergency to have his critical bloods taken. We were discharged 3 hours later. This year we decided to fund the Dexcom G6 and it's been life-changing. It's actually helped us get in with an endocrinology team now and we're getting further tests done. This picture's a hard one for me. This is my son at 2.9 and we've been told that it's not true hypoglycemia unless it's less than 2.6. To me, look at the sweat. This is symptomatic, this is heartbreaking and it deserves intervention. Our journey continues. We will find answers and I hope the work that Danielle and the team are doing makes everybody else's journey a little easier. Thank you.